If y'all have not noticed by now, I've worn this sweater like 5 times in the last like 3 or 4 that doesn't make sense. I've worn this sweater a lot since I've been back from New York. I miss New York. I really miss New York. What's good, CK crew? It's your boy CK2K here, and we are back after going crazy with uploads. I took not a break. It's just I knew we had a lot of games in a row at a certain period of time, so I figured why not just wait until we had this back-to-back to talk about all 3 games. 2 of the games being against Detroit, 1 in MSG, 1 over in the Caesar salad, the Little Caesar, the pizza building, and then we had our game last night against the Toronto Raptors in MSG. And to be honest, these were the first 3 games that we played since all the trades and since, you know, the salary dumps and everything that we've done in the last few weeks. And this has been some of the best Knicks basketball that we've seen from this team since the beginning of the season. Yes, we lost all 3 games, but we saw 3 competitive games. So let's break it down, because we played against the Pistons. In our first 2 games against Detroit, we finally got to see, the first game against Detroit, we had still some of our guys on the team that are no longer there anymore. We have since released Enes Kanter and Wesley Matthews. Wesley Matthews is argued to be going to Indiana. It hasn't been, as of right now, as of recording, it hasn't been determined where he decided to go. But he's gone, Kanter's gone, so now we literally got rid of all of the quote-unquote headaches and all the problem children, and now we are just going full force with the team that Fizdale would like to have. Up until, you know, Moutier and Frank get back from their injuries. But yeah, so now we don't have the "we want Kanter" crap anymore, as well as we don't have the ball stopping. And I think that's the biggest thing that was very evident in these last 3 games. Ball movement from the jump. From the minute we traded away our guys and DSJ and all the new guys started playing, the number one thing that spiked that was completely different from when we had Tim Hardaway and the other guys was ball movement. The ball was moving around, and I expect that to stay that way, especially when Frank comes back and Emmanuel Moutier comes back. But the ball movement, for the most part, has been one of the bright spots for this team in the last 3 games, and I loved it. I really loved it. Dennis Smith Jr. has been looking like a stud. He looks like a young guy that is learning the system very well. He looks like the possible best point guard for Fizdale's system. Now, mind you, I do like Frank. Y'all know how I feel about Frank and Emmanuel Moutier. But the question that I've been getting a lot from a lot of you guys, because of the Moutier love, you guys have been asking me, where does he fall on the point guard totem pole? And as much as it pains me to say, and I've said this on Twitter, I've said this in comments, I do believe he is the 3rd option in the point guards now. We have to remember what Frank did right before his injury. Frank was probably playing his most aggressive basketball right before he got injured. Frank had 10 points in the first half before he went out with his groin injury, after playing very good defense, after going to look like he was going for one of his first triple doubles and stuff like that. He was playing his best basketball right before the injury, and when he was getting the starting spot because of Emmanuel Moutier. And with Dennis Smith Jr. obviously showing that he is the starting point guard of this team, at least for now, regardless if we pick up, Kyrie Irving or whoever we pick up. As of right now, Dennis Smith Jr. is our starting point guard. I expect that to stay, but I feel like we will see a shuffle in guards and forwards, meaning that we will see a lot of combinations with Frank Ntilikina playing with Moutier and playing with Dennis Smith Jr. But so I still think that Moody is still going to get good solid minutes, as well as Frank, because of the shuffling at the guards and the forwards and stuff like that, because Frankie can play the forward a little bit. And with our roster now, we are a little bit short on the forwards. I think it's just Pizzonia, Knox, and Thomas, so we can shuffle Dotson and Frank to play the forward a little bit at the 3. I hope that answers your question. I think it's going to come down to Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank. Those are going to be our 2 point guards, and we'll possibly bringing in a vet to, tie it all together in next season. But for right now, I think those are the 2, and then Moutier going to be the 3rd option. That's what I think of it. But we never know, because there's the love affair between Fizdale and Moutier, so who knows what's going to happen. But I expect that to be what the case is going to be, right? All right, so let's move on. So in Detroit on Friday, Dennis Smith Jr. had one of the most remarkable games I've seen. Sadly, it got sullied by a loss, but it was still a remarkable game nonetheless. Him putting up his career high 31 points, but not only that, shooting at a very high percentage, going to the free throw line 18 times. He didn't make all of them, but he made a good majority of them. Dennis Smith Jr. needs to work on those free throws. A lot of our young guys do, so I'm not really tripping about that right now. But Dennis Smith Jr. went out there and he played a solid game. It was just so fun to watch him score the many different ways he did. And not only that, like I said, it's the ball movement. He's still able to get his, but Dennis Smith Jr. is doing something that I have been criticizing him on for videos and videos. You guys know I have been very critical on Dennis Smith Jr. In past videos, you guys know how I feel about Dennis Smith Jr. I felt like his attitude wasn't there. I felt like he was a half-assed player where he picks and chooses when he wants to play. And you know what? Yes, that was the case in Dallas, but you can see that he really loves the marriage with David Fizdale, having a coach that believes in him, that is putting all his efforts into him and believing in his talents and believing in what he can do. So Dennis Smith Jr. has been playing within himself very well since he's been a Knick. It's making me believe that the situation is just different here compared to what it was in Dallas, which is why we saw what we saw with Dennis Smith Jr. So maybe I was wrong to judge him that way. And we can go down that whole conversation about, oh, we should draft him over Frank. Cool, I get that, but we have them both now. So let's shut up about that and be happy with the fact that we got we got pick number 8 and pick number 9 on the same team. All right, so just shut up and move on. So Dennis Smith Jr. has been really winning me over, and it really makes me think about what we are going to do in off season. I mean, I still would love to have KD and Kyrie, but it's like, I don't know. I like having Dennis Smith Jr. being the possible point guard of our future. I love the duo between him and Kevin Knox. Dennis Smith Jr. is, of all of our point guards, is the first point guard to aggressively look for Kevin Knox to be aggressive or to do something in the break. Before, it would always turn into our point guard or Tim Hardaway having the ball and dribbling around until, you know, while Knox is just sitting in the corner until he gets the ball and he has to do something with it. Dennis Smith Jr. looks to get Kev the ball early, and it's resulting in Kevin Knox unlocking different parts of his offense, which is very nice to see. He's 19 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and he is figuring out his game very slowly and very positively, and he has plenty of time to do that. So I'm I like the combination of those two, and I'm very curious to see where this continues on for the rest of at least for the rest of this season, and possibly going into next season, picking up whoever we pick up, drafting whoever we draft. I've been noticing too, with us having a dominant point guard that is a point guard, it's been hurting Trier's game a little bit, because he's a guy that wants to create his own offense, and before it would be hand the ball to Trier and let him work it. No, Dennis Smith Jr. is the guy that's going to create the offense and get the ball to Trier in the right spot, and then Trier still has the thought process to do something with it rather than just shooting what he has, because the offense was created for him. So I think it's going to be a little bit of an adjusting period for Trier, but it's going to take time. I think we'll be okay. All right, I'm talking too much about that. Let's move on to last night's game against Toronto. And this is the game that I enjoyed. I will openly admit I did want this win. I did actually want the Detroit win as well. I know we need to lose. I get it. But at the same time, even if we do win games and we fall into the third worst team, we still have the same chances to get Zion just as much as the bottom two. We're okay giving up some wins, okay? I understand you guys want to see us lose. I want us to win some games, because ultimately, if you see us play these kind of games that we played the last 3 games, where we're fighting and we're competing and we're seeing, you know, growth within the teammates that are going to be here for the long run, that becomes more attractive to these free agents to want to come to us. It becomes more attractive for DJ to want to stay with us and be a part of that next level team that we can possibly be building. So it's well and good to lose for the draft, but I also want us to show growth and show a product that will make free agents want to come to us. But that's my personal opinion. That's why I still want to see us win some of these games, especially in a game where we could possibly beat one of the better teams in the East, which we almost did. But Kyle Lowry had something to do about it, and I've openly on any channel or any place that I can talk about it have said Kyle Lowry is an overrated point guard. he shut me up. He did great stuff. Now, mind you, he's probably not going to do it in the next game he plays, but I'll let him have this shine for this game against us because he hits 5 great threes against us, and that ultimately probably put them ahead. Knox did a good job against Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard did not play the game previously, so he was knocking off a little bit of rust. Ultimately, we stayed within the game. We came back a few times to the point where we took the lead back in the fourth quarter, gave it back to him, but we were tussling with them up until they finally got it and ran away with it. But, you know, great game from Knox. Knox was just open. He's just slowly expanding his game since Dennis Smith Jr. has been our point guard. I'm really excited to see what happens when Frank comes back with that, even Moutier. But it's been very fun. It's been fun to watch. That first quarter against Toronto was one of the best quarters I've seen the Knicks play in this entire season.
Only 3 by Kawhi Leonard. Now the steal by Smith Jr. Ibaka hustling back. Off the backboard for Jordan.
And mind you, yes, we ultimately went down in that quarter. I get it, but at the same time, the beginning of that quarter, taking that strong lead like we did, the way we were scoring, the way we were going to get to the basket was just, it was remarkable. It was really nice to see. So, but that's really all I have to say about all this. You know, I'm very proud of this team that I'm seeing right now. I like this group of guys that we have. All the headaches are gone. Everyone seems to be buying back in on the culture and the system that Fizdale's been wanting to do. We've been playing faster. We've been moving the ball. Everything that Fizdale has preached in the offseason, it seems like it's being connected again because we have the right guys. You know, we lose in Ness Cantor, but we gain a DJ that does the things that, you know, Fizz wants to do compared to what Cantor was doing. Likewise with Tim Hardaway Jr. and Trey Burke, we lose those guys, but then we get a point guard that is playing the system that Fizdale wants us to play. So it's just a great trade-off, and I'm just very happy with the guys that we have right now, and I'm looking to enjoy the rest of the season and seeing, you know, who looks like they should be here and who shouldn't be here. But we lose another game, 16 game losing streak. If this was last season or seasons in the past, I'd be even more thrilled because then I feel like we'd be pretty safe with us getting the first overall pick. But with the rules the way they are now, we can have the world's worst season and still end up not having the first pick. So to me, I am okay with us winning some games because this is starting to get embarrassing. At this point, I'm okay getting some of these games, and I really did want that Toronto game, but that's just me. Now, for something we have not done in quite some time, we are bringing it back for this video, and that is, my friends, the comments of the video. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do comments of the video because we haven't done this in a long time, so I want to talk to you guys, and we're gonna do those right now. Mitchell Purvis says KD is not built for New York, unfortunately. That argument is so dead to me. If anything, with the way he handles media and the way he fires back at media, sure, some people might think of it as soft. I think of it as somebody that ain't backing down. So I think when New York media starts going at him, we're gonna have some fun sound bites. And you can't tell me that even though Kevin Durant lashes out the way he does, that he doesn't produce on the court. So I think he'll be fine. Cameron Bird, you thief. I hope you get arrested. Yo, I did not steal the Kevin Knox jersey. I swear on everything. I bought that jersey. I have the... Matter of fact, because I got so many people calling me the thief, I'm pulling out the damn receipt. This is okay, Madison Square Garden. You see it? That's the receipt. And then right here somewhere, it's going to say the jersey, something like that. All right. I bought the damn jersey. All right. I didn't steal it. God, another one. David Lefowitz. CK2K admitted we should have drafted DSJ over Frank. Who cares? We have both of them. Stop making this a conversation. It's dead. We have them both. Move on. All right, so that's it. Those are the comments. As always, you know, keep commenting in the comment section below. I'll be answering as many as I can. You guys' support has been amazing. Appreciate every single one of you guys. And we haven't done this in a long time. I need to know if you guys made it this far in the video. If you are a real subscriber, give me a simple hashtag of CKDSJ. All right, just a simple hashtag CKDSJ, because I am openly admitting that I might have been wrong about Dennis Smith Jr. All right, so give me that hashtag to let me know that you made it this far in the video and you are the real one. You are a real MVP. But for that one, I'm out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Remember, coast to coast tonight. Follow me on my socials if you haven't, or wherever they are. Follow me on my socials if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. Throw that like. Hit that bell. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it. I'm out of here.